Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds, published in 2018 by David Goggins with co-author Adam Skolnick, is a raw autobiographical self-help book that intertwines Goggins' extraordinary life story with practical strategies for building mental toughness. Goggins, a former Navy SEAL, ultra-endurance athlete, and motivational speaker, details his transformation from a traumatized, overweight young man into one of the world's toughest individuals, offering a blueprint for readers to overcome their limitations and unlock their full potential. The book's central thesis is the 40% rule. When you feel you've hit your limit, you've only used 40% of your capacity, and with mental discipline, you can push far beyond. Through unflinching honesty about his struggles, abuse, poverty, racism, and repeated failures, Goggins inspires readers to confront discomfort, take ownership of their lives, and defy the odds through relentless effort. Goggins' story begins in Buffalo, New York, where he endured a brutal childhood. His father, toughness, a controlling and abusive figure, forced Goggins, his brother, and their mother, Jackie, to work long hours at a skating rink, Skateland, often beating them for minor infractions. The family lived in fear, with Goggins witnessing his mother's abuse and suffering physical punishment himself. When Jackie left Trunnis, moving Goggins to Brazil, Indiana at age 8, they faced poverty and racism in a predominantly white town. Goggins struggled academically due to dyslexia and ADD, cheating to pass classes, and faced bullying and racial slurs, which crushed his self-esteem. By his early 20s, he was a 297-pound exterminator, depressed, spraying cockroaches in restaurants, and living a life of unfulfilled potential. A late-night TV clip of Navy SEALs sparked a turning point, igniting his desire to transform, though the path was grueling. The 40% rule emerged from Goggins' repeated battles with failure. To join the SEALs, he first had to pass the ASVAB military entrance exam, which he failed multiple times due to poor education. Through obsessive study, he passed, initially joining the Air Force as a pararescue man. Fear during water confidence training and a sickle cell trait diagnosis led him to quit, a decision that fueled his shame. Later, determined to become a SEAL, he lost 106 pounds in 3 months to meet the 191-pound weight requirement, running 6 miles daily despite shin splints. He failed BUD/S, basic underwater demolition, SEAL, training once due to pneumonia, once due to a broken knee, but on his 3rd attempt, he graduated, duct taping injuries to endure Hell Week sleep deprivation and physical torment. The 40% rule teaches that the mind quits long before the body, and by pushing through pain, you can achieve what seems impossible, a lesson readers can apply to fitness, career, or personal challenges. The accountability mirror is a key tool Goggins developed to face his weaknesses. Standing before a mirror, he wrote his fears, excuses, and goals on Post-it notes, confronting his laziness, insecurities, and lack of discipline daily. This brutal self-honesty drove actions like studying harder or training through exhaustion. For readers, it's a method to audit their lives, identify barriers like procrastination or self-doubt, and take immediate steps toward goals, such as creating a study schedule or committing to a workout. Goggins stresses that avoiding truth keeps you stuck, while facing it builds resilience and clarity, making the mirror a daily accountability checkpoint. Callousing the mind is Goggins' metaphor for building mental toughness through repeated exposure to discomfort. He sought out pain running in storms, training through injuries, or tackling tasks he hated to harden his resolve. During Hell Week, he survived by focusing on micro goals, like enduring one more evolution rather than the entire ordeal. His concept of taking souls involves using doubters' skepticism or personal setbacks as motivation to outperform, like when he outworked peers who underestimated him. In his first ultramarathon, the San Diego One Day, Goggins, unprepared and overweight, ran 100 miles in 19 hours, collapsing with stress fractures and kidney damage, but refusing to quit. This mindset encourages readers to embrace discomfort, like starting a difficult project or exercising when unmotivated, to forge an armored mind capable of handling life's challenges. The cookie jar is a mental reservoir of past victories Goggins tapped for strength. Memories of overcoming obstacles, passing the ASVAB, surviving Hell Week, or finishing racers reminded him of his resilience during moments of despair. For example, during the Badwater 135-mile race through Death Valley, he drew on these triumphs to push through heat exhaustion and blistered feet. Readers are encouraged to build their own cookie jar by cataloging achievements, like completing a tough exam or resolving a conflict, to boost confidence in crises. Visualization complemented this. Goggins mentally rehearsed races or missions, preparing his mind for success a technique readers can use for presentations or athletic goals. Post-SEAL, Goggins became an ultra-endurance athlete, completing over 70 ultramarathons, including the Badwater 135 and Leadville 100. He graduated from Army Ranger School and set a Guinness World Record for 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours, despite a congenital heart defect requiring 2 surgeries. These feats weren't about accolades, but about testing his limits and inspiring others. His philosophy rejects talent or passion alone, emphasizing an unmatched work ethic. He warns against society's obsession with comfort and quick fixes, advocating a life of earned results. His mother's resilience leaving an abusive marriage and raising him alone inspired his tenacity, though he acknowledges her sacrifices often went unrecognized. Each chapter ends with a challenge to apply Goggins' principles. Challenge number 1 asks readers to journal their obstacles, like fear of failure, to confront them head-on. Challenge number 11 prompts asking, "What if I don't quit?" to reframe quitting as a choice, not a necessity. These exercises foster self-reflection, goal setting, and persistence, urging readers to eliminate excuses and prioritize time for growth. Goggins rejects victimhood, emphasizing that while external barriers exist, your response defines your outcome. His story resonates with those facing adversity, obesity, career stagnation, trauma, offering a path to redefine limits. The book's deeper meaning lies in its call to reject mediocrity and embrace struggle as the path to self-mastery. Goggins blends raw intensity with mindfulness, like single-point focus during runs, avoiding toxic masculinity stereotypes. Critics caution that his extreme approach, especially in ultra-running, risks injury without proper preparation. But Goggins clarifies he's demonstrating what's possible when excuses are eliminated, not advocating recklessness. His narrative challenges readers to own their choices, use setbacks as fuel, and build an uncommon life through discipline. By mastering the mind, anyone can defy the odds, turning pain into purpose and potential into action.